Listen carefully. If you are here right now watching this at this exact moment, it is not an accident. Something greater has brought you here. And I dare to say it's not only about you, it's about the people who look up to you, the ones who depend on you, the family members who silently count on your strength to keep everything together. Maybe you have carried that weight for a long time. The duty to provide, to protect, to keep the home steady when life feels like a storm. Maybe in the quiet hours you ask how you can move from just getting by to real abundance, when all you see are bills, debts, and pressure that never seems to stop. What if I told you the answer is not working longer hours, not pushing yourself to the edge, not chasing money that keeps slipping away? What if the answer is already in your home, waiting to be used in a way no one explained to you? I am talking about something simple that most kitchens have: a spoonful of coffee grounds. Before I explain why this ordinary thing can be a strong spiritual tool to attract money and break old patterns of scarcity, do two things. First, tap like to show you are serious about changing your life. Second, type this in the comments with a clear mind. Wealth is my legacy. Type those exact words. This is not just a reply, it is a clear message to the universe that you will no longer repeat the same old lack. It says that abundance is not only for you, it is also for the people who trust you and grow with you. Now take a deep breath. What I am about to share is not a cheap trick from the internet. It is not superstition. It is not only positive thinking. It is a spiritual key. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that any common thing around you can be charged with the right words and the right feeling, and then it becomes a vessel for supply. Coffee grounds hold memory. They hold power. They carry a stable, earthy frequency. This makes them a strong carrier for wealth energy. You did not land here by chance. You were led. The timing is right. While many people keep running and burning out, still believing money only comes from struggle, you are about to see something different. Prosperity is not something you chase. It is something you allow. It is something you stand in. It is an identity you put on. And the simple doorway can be this: 2 spoonfuls of coffee grounds resting in your hands. It is not about the coffee by itself. It is about what you do with it, the meaning you give it, and the way it shifts your inner state from lack to overflow. Think for a moment. When you open a jar of coffee, the smell fills the room in seconds. Coffee wakes the senses. It calls life to the surface. Now imagine pointing that natural energy with clear intention and turning a daily item into a small, sacred act. An act that breaks old family patterns of scarcity and opens new ways for money to enter your home. This message is not for everyone. Some people will hold on to doubt and say they are stuck in the life they were given. This is for the ones who are ready. The ones who decide that their family will not live under the old shadow anymore. If you feel this speaking to you, if something inside you says this is what I have been looking for, then keep going. Subscribe so you do not miss the next steps, because here every teaching is not just content. It is an activation. It is a key. If you want to plant as well as receive, there is also a way to support. You can use the Super Thanks button. Do not see it as only giving away money. See it as planting a seed. Any seed planted in faith does not leave your life. It returns multiplied. Giving and receiving are 2 sides of one law. What you release in trust comes back larger. You can treat these words as a passing idea, or you can see them as a nudge from the divine to cross a line today. Type "Wealth is my legacy." Feel it as you write. Get ready, because in a moment you will see how a simple bowl of coffee grounds can become the start of a new financial story for you and for those you love. Now breathe deeply, because what comes next is not a trick, not superstition, not empty positive talk. This is a spiritual key. Florence Scovel Shinn taught that ordinary things become carriers of supply when they are charged with the right word and feeling. Your word gives the form. Your feeling gives it life. When both agree, the object becomes a vessel. Coffee grounds are perfect for this. They hold memory. They are steady, earthy, and simple. They wake the senses the moment you open the jar. Think of what that means. The aroma moves through a room in seconds. That is what intention does when you speak it with authority. It spreads. It fills space. It changes the atmosphere around you. Prosperity is not a chase. It is an identity. You step into it. You wear it like a coat. And a simple way to step in is to hold 2 spoonfuls of coffee grounds in your hands and speak as the one who already has. The coffee is not the power. The power is the word that you place on it and the feeling you keep. The grounds are a reminder you can touch. They help you return to the state of already done each time you see them, smell them, or lift them. Some will hear this and shrug. They will cling to doubt, and the old story will play again. This is not for them. This is for you if you are ready to end the cycle of fear around money. If you can feel a small yes rising in your chest, follow it. You are guided here. The timing is exact. Type the declaration again so your mind and body learn it. Wealth is my legacy. Those exact words, short, clear, final. When you speak like this, you tell life, I accept my share of good. Not only for me, but for those who depend on me. Florence said, no gift leaves your life. It circles back increased. That is why I call your comment a seed. Your word plants. Your life harvests. And because we move as a community, subscribe so you stay inside the rhythm of this work. On this channel, every message is an activation. If you feel called to plant and receive at the same time, use the super thanks. Do not see it as losing. See it as sowing. What you release in faith returns multiplied. This is the same law you are about to prove with coffee in your hands. Pause with me and picture the scene. 2 spoonfuls of grounds in your palm. The scent rising, your breath steady. You whisper a simple command. These seeds carry my abundance. As they expand, my wealth expands. It is already done. Notice how your shoulders lower. Notice how your heart softens. You are no longer begging. You are claiming. You did not arrive here by chance. You were led to step out of survival and into overflow, and the doorway we will walk through together is real. I want to show you why I know it works, not only in theory, but in daily life. 3 days ago, I opened my inbox to a message with a subject line that stopped me. The water changed everything. It was from a mother of 2 named Emily, who asked me to share her experience because someone out there is standing where she stood and needs to know what is possible. I receive many messages each week, but this one felt different before I even clicked. The subject said, "The water changed everything." It was from Emily, a mother of 2 in Dallas. She asked me to share her story because someone out there would be standing in the same place she stood last week and needed proof that change is real. Emily wrote that money had been tight for months, bills on the table, the fridge half empty, that heavy feeling in the chest when the kids ask for small things and you have to say, "Not today." She said the hardest part was not the numbers. It was the shame of feeling like she was letting her children down. To keep the lights on, she cut every expense she could. She picked up extra shifts until her back ached. She sold a few things she loved. Yet the harder she pushed, the heavier it all felt. Like quicksand, she wrote, the more I struggled, the deeper I sank. One night after midnight, she sat at the kitchen table staring at overdue notices. She almost scrolled past my video about the water ritual. I've tried everything, she said. Affirmations, vision boards, journaling, meditations. But water caught her attention because it was right there in front of her. No special tools, no waiting, just a chance to try one more time. She filled a glass. She held it with both hands. She whispered the simple words I gave you in that teaching. This water carries my wealth. As I drink, every cell receives abundance. At first, she felt silly, alone in a quiet kitchen speaking to a glass of water. Then something changed. Her shoulders lowered. The tightness in her chest softened. Tears came, not from fear, but from release, as if the pressure finally found a way out. She said it felt like the universe leaned close and said, I hear you. She drank slowly, one sip at a time, as if each swallow told her body, you are safe now. You are provided for. When she went to bed, she kept repeating, it's already done, until she fell asleep. In the morning, she felt different. Not because her bank account had changed yet, but because her state had. There was a lightness she had not felt in months. The old reflex to grab her phone and check her balance in fear was strong, but she chose a new reflex. Before she opened her eyes fully, she whispered, I am already wealthy. She said it while brushing her teeth. She said it while making breakfast. She moved through her morning as a person who had enough. At 11:15 a.m., less than 12 hours after the ritual, an email arrived. Unpaid overtime settlement. A company she worked for years ago had audited their books and found an error. They owed her $2,400. It had been approved and would arrive within 2 business days. She said her hands shook. I just blessed a glass of water last night. How is this happening? The day kept moving. A client who had ignored her for months finally paid a late invoice. The next day, her sister called and said she wanted to return money Emily had lent years before. Within 48 hours, Emily moved from fear of shut-off notices to enough breathing room to pay bills, plan, and exhale. But the part that struck me most was this line in her email. It wasn't the water that was magic. It was me she realized she had been living in the frequency of fear. When she shifted into the feeling of abundance, her world started to answer. The glass was not the power, it was the doorway. Her identity moved first. Reality followed. This is not an exception. It is a principle Florence Scovel Shinn taught again and again. Your inner state goes first. The outer world falls in line. If a simple glass of water can carry intention and open a path in less than 2 days, imagine what happens when we use something even more active in the senses. Something that wakes you up, grounds you, and has been a daily symbol of renewal for generations. Coffee. Not the drink in the mug, but the raw grounds in your hand. Seeds roasted and crushed. Seeds that once held pure potential. When you hold those grounds, you are holding the memory of transformation. Soil to seed, seed to plant, plant to harvest, harvest to energy in your body. That whole story lives inside each grain. This is why coffee grounds make a strong vessel for prosperity. They are simple, present, familiar, and they carry a signal your body understands the moment you inhale their scent. In a moment, I will guide you step by step. It is simple. You likely already have everything you need, and if you do not, a basic bag from the store is enough. This is not about buying special items. It is about moving your inner state into wealth and letting a common thing in your home hold that state with you. For now, remember Emily. She did not bargain. She did not beg. She chose a new identity, even for a short time, and life answered fast. You can do the same with coffee grounds as your touchstone. Take a breath. Let your shoulders soften. Say quietly so your whole system hears it. It's already done. The next steps will show you exactly how to charge the grounds, where to place them, and how to hold your state for 48 hours so the change locks in. We are going to begin now. Follow slowly, keep it simple. There is no rush and there is nothing to perform. You are training your inner state, and you are letting a common thing in your home hold that state for you. If you have coffee grounds, you already have what you need. If not, get a basic bag next time you shop. No special brand. This is about energy, not expense. Start with 1 or 2 spoonfuls of coffee grounds. Place them in a small bowl, or hold them in your palm if that feels natural. You do not have to measure perfectly. What matters is that you can feel the weight and texture. Close your eyes for a moment. Notice what is in your hands, the gritty texture, the deep, earthy smell rising to meet you. Coffee wakes the senses. Presence is the key here. When you are present, your words land. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Let the scent travel into your chest. Breathe out through your mouth and let worry leave with the exhale. Do this 3 times with attention. On each inhale, imagine drawing in energy, clarity, and the feeling of more than enough. On each exhale, let go of fear, debt thoughts, and old stories. Now speak softly, as if you are speaking through the grounds into life itself. Say this with feeling. These seeds carry my abundance. As they expand, my wealth expands. It is already done. Do not rush the words. Let your voice be steady. Feel them as true. See every grain as a wealth seed planted in the soil of your life. The grounds are taking on your voice, your belief, your choice. Just as water can hold a message, these grounds can hold it too. When you finish speaking, place the grounds back in the bowl and set the bowl somewhere safe. It does not have to be an altar. Your kitchen counter is fine. Your desk is fine. Your nightstand is fine. What matters is the reverence you bring. Treat it like you have planted a seed. For the next 48 hours, those grounds are not ordinary. They are charged with your wealth state. Expect the world to begin reorganizing around what you just declared. Your part is to carry the feeling with you. Do not leave the bowl and then forget the state. Let the scent and the sight of the bowl pull you back into calm certainty. When you pass by and catch the smell, whisper if you need to. It is already done. You may wonder what to do with the grounds after the window closes. We will speak about release later because how you let them go matters. For now, keep the focus on holding the state. Before sleep tonight, repeat the ritual. Hold 1 or 2 spoonfuls in your hand. Breathe slowly. Speak your words. Then lie down and fall asleep in the feeling of already provided for. The goal is not to force a result. The goal is to live from a new identity for 2 days in a row. Remember what Emily discovered. She did not beg. She shifted who she was being, and life matched her. You are doing the same, only with a stronger vessel for your senses. Coffee grounds have been through fire. They wake you up. They bring you into your body. They help your mind stay with the truth you just declared. If doubt tries to speak, do not argue. Breathe once. Return to the phrase you chose. These seeds carry my abundance. It is already done. Then move on with your day as the person who has enough. Pay a bill with quiet gratitude. Send a message with steady confidence. Answer a call like someone who is supported. The outside may look the same at first. You are not the same. That is what counts. This window is short on purpose. It asks for trust. It asks for steadiness without constant checking. You will learn why 48 hours is the sweet spot in the next part. For now, begin. Hold the grounds. Breathe, speak, place the bowl. Walk through your day as the wealthy version of you, and when the scent reaches you again, let it anchor you back to the state you chose. Let us answer the question that matters now. Why 48 hours? Why not one day? Why not a week? Florence Scovel Shinn was very clear. 2 days is the window where a new state can take hold without giving doubt the time to tear it down. Your money story did not appear in one night. It was shaped by many repeats. Words you heard as a child, bills that scared you, moments that taught you to brace for the worst. Those repeats cut grooves in your mind and in your body. When you try to think new thoughts for a few minutes, you often slide back into the old groove, not because you were weak, but because the groove is deep. Here's the secret Florence pointed to. Grooves are not stone. They stay only when you keep feeding them. The moment you stop feeding them and hold a better state, the old groove begins to fade. 2 days is the short season your system needs to let the new state become the main one. 24 hours is often not enough. You can light a match and feel hope for a while, but the flame is still small. 7 days can be too long at the start. Your mind starts to argue. You overthink. You look for proof, and the state breaks. 48 hours is the sweet spot, long enough to weaken the old, short enough to keep you steady before doubt grows. Picture a small fire catching on wood. A quick spark feels warm for seconds. That's like one round of good words. Keep the flame for 1 day, and the wood warms but stays fragile. Keep it for 2 days, and the fire takes the lead. It feeds itself. That is what the 48-hour window does for your wealth state. It moves you from spark to steady flame. Florence watched this in hard times. During the Great Depression, people around her lost jobs and homes. Yet her students who could hold a wealthy state for 2 days without checking and without begging began to see real change. Sometimes it was money from a forgotten source, sometimes a job, sometimes a gift. The form was different, but the pattern was the same. Hold the state. Life answers. Today we can explain parts of this in simple words. When you feel wealthy and keep that feeling, your brain starts to build new paths. 2 days of staying with one clear identity helps those paths become stronger than the old ones. Your body calms down. Your breath is deeper. Your heart rhythm becomes smoother. You stop living in fight or flight. When that happens, you notice chances you used to miss. You send the right message at the right time. You say yes to the call that matters. This is not luck. This is you steady, so life can meet you. Here's the most important point. The 48 hours are not about waiting for proof. They are about refusing to need proof. You decide to live as the person who has enough. You do not check the seed 5 minutes after you plant it to see if it grew. You trust the process. That trust is the force that bends the visible world. There is one more layer Florence hinted at with her closest students. The window creates the shift, but a single word seals it so it cannot wobble. Without the seal, results can fade. With the seal, the change locks in. I will give you that word later, after you have walked this path. If I hand it to you now, it would be just another phrase. When you hear it at the end, it will land with power. It will feel final. For now, choose. Will you hold a wealthy state for the next 48 hours, no matter what your senses say? If you will, type this in the comments. My 48 hours begin now. Feel what you are saying. Let your shoulders drop. breathe once. The bowl of coffee on your counter is no longer ordinary. It is your reminder. When you see it, return to calm. When you smell it, return to enough. Keep the flame alive. The next steps will show you how to move through the common tests that appear inside this window, so you do not get pulled back right before the breakthrough. Let us look at what is happening when you hold coffee grounds and speak wealth with feeling. If this were just wishful thinking, you would not be here. You have tried that. You want what works. First, your brain does not clearly separate a vivid, emotional experience you imagine from one you live in the room. When you hold the grounds and declare, "These seeds carry my abundance," and you feel calm, safe, provided for, your brain fires many of the same circuits it would fire if money had just arrived. Your subconscious, which runs most of your daily choices, accepts that feeling as the new normal and begins to act from it. When a clear intention meets a real emotion, your brain starts to rewire. New paths form. Old paths that carried fear get weaker. In about 2 days of steady feeling, the new pattern begins to win. This matches what Florence taught long before science could describe it. Inner state first. Outer reality follows. Your body also shifts. Most people live in survival mode. Shoulders tight, breath shallow, heart racing. In that state, you miss chances because your system is braced for threat. When you breathe over the coffee grounds and say, "It is already done," your nervous system moves toward rest and receive. Your breath deepens. Your heart rhythm smooths. The part of your mind that sees options and timing wakes back up. You send the message at the right moment. You hear the idea you kept missing. People feel safer around you and want to help. This is not magic. This is a steady body creating steady outcomes. Your heart matters too. It produces a strong electromagnetic field around you. When your chest is tight with fear, that field feels jagged. When you soften into enough, the field feels ordered. You become easier to be around. You notice support you used to overlook. Life seems to meet you halfway. There is also the filter in your brain that decides what reaches your awareness. Think of the time you learned a new word and then heard it everywhere. That filter has been tuned to lack for years. It shows you overdue notices, not openings. When you repeat, "Wealth is my legacy," while holding the scent of coffee, you retune the filter toward abundance. You begin to spot the email you would have ignored, the person who can introduce you, the task that pays, the small win that leads to a larger one. The world did not change all at once. Your attention did. Even the smell of coffee helps. Studies show the aroma alone can reduce stress and sharpen focus. That means every inhale during the ritual supports the state you are choosing. You pair a real scent with a clear sentence. Over time, your body links that smell to wealth consciousness. Every morning becomes an easy return to the feeling of enough. People ask about the nature of reality and attention. A simple way to say it is this: what you give strong, felt attention to becomes more solid in your life. You collapse noise into form by the way you look at it. Fear collapses toward shortage. Calm certainty collapses toward supply. Florence did not use the language of physics. She used the language of faith. Yet she pointed to the same pattern. Your word shapes your world when your feeling agrees. Put all of this together. For 48 hours, as you hold the grounds and keep the feeling, you are rewiring pathways, calming your body, smoothing your heart, retuning your filter, and pairing a daily scent with a new identity. That is why results feel sudden. They are the natural outcome of many small shifts working at once. Now hear this. Along the way, the old self will protest, doubt will speak, logic will parade a dozen reasons you should stop. This is normal. It is a sign that the old pattern is losing its place. In the next part, I will show you the 7 common points of resistance that appear inside this window and how to move through each one without breaking your state. Take one calm breath. Touch the bowl if it is near you. Say quietly, it is already done. The next 48 hours will feel powerful. They may also bring resistance. Do not fear it. Resistance is not failure. It is proof that the old self is losing ground. Florence said when fear shouts the loudest, your miracle is near. If you know the tests, you will not be surprised. You will move through them with calm. The first test often comes within hours. You finish the ritual. You feel steady. Then a small voice says, "This is silly." Nothing will change. That voice is not truth. It is habit. Do not argue with it. Take one breath. Say softly, "Thank you for sharing. It is already done." Then keep going with your day. The second test comes in the morning. The urge to check your balance rushes in. You look for proof. When you do not see it yet, panic tries to rise. Remember the seed. You do not dig it up 5 minutes after planting. Choose a new reflex. Whisper it is already done and act like a person who has enough. Make breakfast. Tie your shoes. Begin your day inside the new state. The third test comes when duties press in, bills to pay, messages to answer, errands to run. The mind says, "See, nothing is different." Answer it with your actions, not with a debate. Pay a bill with gratitude. Send a message with steady tone. Walk as one who is covered. The outside may look the same for a moment. You are not the same. That is what changes outcomes. By hour 24, the fourth test appears. Comparison. A friend posts a trip, a neighbor shows a new car, a coworker mentions a bonus. The old self says you are behind. You are failing. Turn that moment into fuel. Say, if it is possible for them, it is possible for me. Their good is proof that abundance is here for all. Around hour 30, the fifth test arrives. Logic builds a strong case against you. It brings up the economy, your past, your numbers, your limits. It sounds smart, it sounds final. Remember what Florence taught. Logic rules the seen world. You are working in the unseen that creates the seen. Do not wrestle. Return to the feeling. Place your hand over your heart if you need to. Say, it is already done. Let the storm pass. Around hour 36, the sixth test is impatience. You've held the state for a day and a half. You ask, where is it? Why is nothing showing? This is the ego's last push. See it as a sign you are near the crossing. Smile and say, this means I am close. Then do one simple thing from your new identity. Wash a dish with gratitude. Write a thank you note. Take a walk and breathe. Keep the flame steady. Near hour 44, the seventh test may come fast and loud. An unexpected bill arrives. Someone brings bad news. An old fear tries to grab you. It feels designed to break your state. It is not the end. It is the final exam. Will you believe your senses or your word? Stand still, breathe once. Say calmly, these seeds carry my abundance. It is finished. It is done. And it cannot be otherwise. Then stay steady. Do the next right thing. You have crossed in that moment. Each time you choose the new state over the old reflex, you gain spiritual muscle. The next test will be easier. This is how a flame becomes a fire. This is how a fire becomes light. If you are ready, tell your future self out loud, I will hold the state through all 7. You do not have to fight your mind all day. You only need to return to calm each time you notice you have left it. The bowl on your counter will help. The scent will help. Your breath will help. Your word seals it again and again. In the next part, you will learn simple ways to amplify the ritual. You will learn how to weave water, mirror, gratitude, family, and scent, so the state becomes even easier to keep and the results arrive faster. Take one breath now. Say quietly, "It is already done." Then walk forward. You already know the core practice. Hold the grounds, breathe, speak. Keep the feeling for 48 hours. That alone can change your money story. Some people will do only this and see results. Others feel called to add simple layers. These are not required. They are boosters. Think of the basic ritual as a clear melody. These additions are the extra instruments that make it fuller and louder. Use one or two. Keep it light. Let your spirit choose. The first booster is water. Place your charged coffee grounds beside a glass of clean water. Whisper the same words into the water. "This liquid carries my wealth." As I drink, every cell receives abundance. Sip slowly and imagine earth and flow working together. You are blessing what sits outside you and what enters your body. Many people feel their whole system relax when they drink with intention. The second booster is the mirror. After you speak over the grounds, stand in front of a mirror. Look into your own eyes and keep the gaze steady. Say out loud, "You are wealthy. It is already done. I see it in you." This is not easy for everyone. Many people avoid their own eyes because of old shame or doubt. When you can look and tell the truth to yourself with a calm face, your self-image shifts. Florence said the inner picture creates the outer picture. The mirror helps you fix the inner picture. The third booster is gratitude, written as if it has happened. During the 48 hours, set a simple reminder a few times a day. When it rings, write 3 short lines in a notebook. Write as if the good has already arrived. I am grateful my bills are paid with ease. I am grateful for the unexpected payment that showed up. I am grateful for the new client who said yes today. Your mind begins to accept these as normal. Your actions follow. Doors open because you are already standing like someone who belongs in that room. The fourth booster is the coffee circle with your family. Invite the people in your home to join for a few minutes. Each person holds a spoonful of grounds and speaks one clear line of abundance. Then place all the grounds in one bowl. This simple act says we rise together. Shared intention multiplies force. Families who practice together often feel old. Fear patterns soften. It becomes easier to talk about money with peace. You break the cycle of lack as a team. The fifth booster is a scent anchor. The smell of coffee already wakes the brain and lowers stress for many people. Link that smell to one short sentence. Each time you catch the aroma, say softly, "Wealth is my nature." Over time, your body pairs the scent with that state. Every cafe, every morning brew, every pass by the bowl pulls you back into calm abundance without effort. Your day now has many small doorways back to the feeling. There's also a final phrase that locks what you have spoken so it does not wobble. Florence hinted that words are seeds, and seeds must be sealed so doubt cannot steal them. At the end of each declaration, after the water, after the mirror, after you write, say one clear line to seal. I will give you the exact wording soon. When said with authority, it turns a good moment into a settled fact. You do not need all of these at once. 1 or 2 is enough. Start simple tonight. Hold the grounds. Speak. Tomorrow add 1 layer. Maybe sip the water with the same words. Maybe stand in the mirror for 30 seconds and tell the truth to your own eyes. Do not overload yourself. Keep the practice alive by letting it stay fresh. The feeling is the engine. These tools are the handles that help you keep the feeling without strain. People quit old methods because they get bored. They repeat empty lines and feel nothing. This ritual stays living because it uses touch, smell, breath, voice, and small actions you can do in a kitchen or bedroom. It keeps your whole self involved. That is why results speed up. You are not pushing, you are staying tuned. If your heart says yes to going deeper, say it out loud now. I choose to amplify my abundance. Type it as well so your mind remembers. Then choose the one layer that feels simple today. Drink the water with a calm chest. Look in the mirror with steady eyes. Write 3 lines of gratitude as finished facts. Sit with your family for 5 quiet minutes and speak 1 sentence each. Breathe in the scent and let it return you to who you already are. Tomorrow, we move toward the seal. You will learn the short phrase that closes the ritual like wax on an envelope, so your message travels safely to its destination and returns multiplied. By now, you have walked far. You have held the grounds, breathed the words, kept your state through hours that used to pull you down. When you do this, the world begins to whisper back. The universe speaks in small signals before the big wave arrives. Do not miss them. Often the first signs are gentle. A stranger pays for your coffee. You find a bill in a coat pocket you forgot about. You see the word abundance on a poster, right when you are thinking of giving up. A message arrives from someone you have not heard from in a long time. A client replies. A chance shows up to earn in a way that feels easy. These are not accidents. They are the first ripples on the water that tell you the tide is turning. What matters now is your response. If you call these signs too small, you close the window. If you treat them as proof that the shift is active, you open the window wider. Say thank you out loud for every small good thing. Let your body feel how normal it is to be provided for. Each thanks is another thread that holds your new state in place. You will also notice a change in how people meet you. When you carry calm wealth inside, others sense it. They relax around you. They offer help. They remember to send what they owe. They think of you when a chance opens. This is not a trick. It is the way people move towards steadiness. You are becoming that steady place. There's a common pattern right before the breakthrough. The last hour can bring a push that feels like a setback. An unexpected fee arrives. A small argument tries to pull you into fear. Your screen shows numbers that poke at your old reflex. This is the final test. It is not here to break you. It is here to ask one question. Will you hold your word when the picture tries to pull you back? Stand still. Put one hand on your chest. Breathe once. Look at the bowl. Smell the coffee if you can. Say calmly, it is already done. Then do the next right thing with a quiet mind. Pay what you can with gratitude. Send one clear message. Take one short walk and keep your shoulders loose. The storm passes faster when you do not chase it. Watch for the kind of sign that does not involve money but still tells you are on track. A bird landing close by with something bright in its beak. A child drawing coins and rainbows. A song lyric that repeats the word plenty. A number you have tied to your goal showing up on a receipt. Let these small things land. Let them feed your trust. The big things often follow close behind. If you feel the urge to tell someone what you are doing, share only with a person who can hold your vision without doubt. Protect your seed. Many times it is better to keep quiet until the proof arrives. Florence called this standing still. When you stand still, God acts. Return often to your anchors. Touch the bowl. Inhale the scent. Whisper the short lines you chose. These seeds carry my abundance. It is already done. Each small return strengthens the new path. You are almost at the hour when the window locks the change in. Tell life you see the signs. Type this in the comments so your mind and body mark it. The signs are here. As you write, bring to mind one small good thing that showed up today. Feel it for a breath. Let the feeling spread. If you have felt the 7 tests move through you, bless them. They showed you where the old story tried to live. You met each point with calm. That is real power. That is the muscle that keeps wealth steady when it arrives. We are close to the seal. There is a short phrase that closes this work like wax on an envelope so doubt cannot touch it. When you speak it with authority, the state you have built becomes a settled fact. The next part will place that phrase in your hand. For now, keep your eyes soft, your breath slow, your shoulders loose. Walk as the one who has enough. If you choose to stay until the seal, say so now and let your whole system hear it. I will stay for the seal. Then look at the bowl one more time and smile. The door is open. Keep walking through it. You have walked the path. You have spoken the words. You have held the state. Now we arrive at the moment Florence reserved for those who are ready. The seal. She taught that words are not just sounds. They carry force. In the beginning, creation moved by a word. Your new life of abundance moves the same way. Ordinary affirmations fade because they are spoken with hope. The seal is different. It is spoken with finality. It is not a request. It is a decree. Stand or sit with your spine easy. Place one hand over your heart. Breathe in slowly. Feel the calm you have been practicing for 2 days. Let your face be soft. Let your shoulders be loose. When you are ready, speak the phrase that locks your manifestation so deeply into your life that doubt cannot shake it. It is finished, it is done, and it cannot be otherwise. Whisper it once so your heart hears. Speak it again so your body knows. Declare it a 3rd time so life itself obeys. It is finished, it is done, and it cannot be otherwise. This is the wax on the envelope. This is the key, turning the lock behind you so you do not walk back into scarcity. The moment you speak it with authority, the universe begins arranging itself to match your command. Notice the shift inside. Lighter, stronger, clearer. From this moment, you are not someone who hopes for wealth. You live inside wealth. Opportunities rise to meet you. Resources find you. Doors that were closed open because your word has set your path. If this message has awakened what you always carried, do not let it stop here. Subscribe now so you stay in the rhythm of this work. Every teaching on this channel is an activation and another key in your hand. If you feel called to give as you receive, use the super thanks. Do not see it as losing. See it as sowing. A seed given in faith returns multiplied. I give because I already have. Let that be your quiet declaration as you plant. Wherever you are right now, say the seal with me one more time. It is finished. It is done. And it cannot be otherwise. Let the words echo in your chest. Let them move through the space around you. Let them settle into the hours ahead until reality cannot help but reflect them. As the next 48 hours complete, watch. The signs will come, the help will appear, the money will flow. When it does, return and write your story so someone standing where you once stood can see and believe. This is not only your breakthrough, It is ours as a community learning to speak with authority and live as provided for. You have crossed the line. You have planted the seed. You have sealed the work. From here, abundance is not on its way. It is here. And so it is.